Mohamed Salah has not signed a new contract with Liverpool, and now he is the main transfer target for PSG. Manchester City are trying to keep Guardiola, but it seems it's already too late. Barcelona's epic comeback. The Catalans close a record sponsorship deal and move to the renovated Nou Camp. Now they have enough money for Haaland's transfer. Paul Pogba returns to football. We are talking about this and much more today. This is a hot selection of the most interesting football news. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click the bell, and like this video to get more news about our favorite game. Your support is very important to us. Let's get started. Paul Pogba appealed his 4-year suspension. Finally, this nightmare is over. After the decision of the Court of Arbitration for Sport, I can eagerly look forward to the day when I can once again chase my dream. I have always maintained that I never knowingly violated World Anti-Doping Agency rules, using a dietary supplement prescribed by a doctor that does not affect the performance of male athletes. I played fairly, but I must still take full responsibility for my violation. I would like to officially thank the judges of the Court of Arbitration for Sport who listened to my explanations. This has been a very difficult period in my life, because everything I worked so hard for was put on hold. Once again, thank you for your love and support. I just can't wait to get back on the field. However, he wasn't able to fully overturn the suspension, and it was only reduced to 1.5 years. Despite this, the Italian press reports that Juventus are still insisting on terminating his contract. This position is understandable. Pogba will likely not be of much help, and even before his suspension, he wasn't showing his best form at Juventus. His second stint can't be compared to his first. And yet Manchester United once paid $100 million for him. Reports suggest that there is interest in Pogba from MLS and Saudi Arabian clubs, and Pogba and his agent are already moving in that direction. For now, all Paul can do is maintain good physical condition so that the interest in him doesn't fade completely. Barcelona is preparing to shock the football world with 2 super transfers. We're talking, of course, about Haaland and Neymar, but it's quite possible that the Catalans won't need to sell Rafinha to bring in the Brazilian. Many of you commented that Rafinha shouldn't become a victim of the ambitions of Barcelona's president, but such an outcome is entirely possible. After signing a contract with Nike, the Blaugrana will have enough money, and Neymar apparently won't demand a high salary since he has already earned over $300 million playing Counter-Strike in the capital of Saudi Arabia. The Brazilian is eager to put on the Blaugrana shirt again. He has long wanted to return to Camp Nou, but circumstances have prevented it. With Barcelona's improved financial situation, his transfer becomes possible. Besides, Neymar needs somewhere to prepare for the upcoming World Cup, and the Catalans could provide him with the necessary conditions. However, with Rafinha already in the squad and Junior's unclear form, I don't see the latter in the Blaugrana's starting lineup. But Neymar is obviously a short-term transfer. Just something that Joan Laporta wants to make happen as soon as possible to bring a big-name player to Camp Nou. According to media reports, Mohamed Salah may continue his career not in Saudi Arabia, as was also widely written, but by moving to PSG. If the reports are true, the French sheikhs, if we can call them that, are willing to offer Mo a 3-year contract. Accordingly, he will not be shortchanged in terms of money either. The exact amount they are willing to pay is not specified, but it will be more than he currently earns at Liverpool. Perhaps we are talking about a salary level similar to that of Saudi clubs. When asked by journalists whether he will extend his contract with Liverpool, Salah answers quite evasively, not like someone who wants to stay with the team. I don't want to think about next year or the future. Let's enjoy this last year and then see. The most important thing is to think about one game at a time every week. I'm happy here, that's all. And this is one of the recent examples. But let's be honest, this is not how someone who wants to stay speaks. He would say something like, I look forward to negotiations for a new contract. Liverpool is my home and I want to stay here as long as possible. Or something else that people say when they are sure they aren't going anywhere. We should remind ourselves that, in all likelihood, Liverpool will not be able to get anything for Salah since his contract with the club ends at the end of this season. Unless Liverpool sells him in an urgent manner this winter, which is, of course, unlikely. Therefore, the best option for the Reds now is to try to re-sign him. But we must remember how difficult the last extension was. Money played a significant role there, and we must acknowledge that. If PSG offers a good contract, it will not be easy for Liverpool to keep Mohamed. Despite Salah's contribution to the team, He should have been sold this summer, or even last summer, when the Sheikhs were reportedly offering nearly $200 million for him. At least that's what the media reported. In that case, Liverpool could have made money and found a worthy replacement for Salah. In any case, Mo is already an aging player, and sooner or later the team would have to think about life without him. This way, they would have had good money for strengthening the squad. Now they will have to find the money elsewhere or, as previously mentioned, try to re-sign him. With all due respect to Salah, we don't believe in that. It is more likely that he will leave. Whether it will be PSG or some Saudi club no longer matters. London Chelsea is on a great run, currently enjoying a 5-game winning streak. However, despite this, their head coach Enzo Moresa stated that his club cannot compete with Manchester City and Arsenal. And here's why. I really don't think we can compete with Manchester City or Arsenal. I don't think so because we are not ready. The reason is that City have been working with the same coach for 9 years, and Arsenal for 5 years. If you want to fight for major achievements, you need time. After Arsenal beat PSG, they asked Luis Enrique, and he said the same thing, that Arsenal have had the same manager for 5 years, while they've only had 1.5 years. And this seems like Moresa trying to secure his place in this team. Is it just us who think this, or do you as well? And yes, working with the same manager for a long time does not guarantee results. Erik ten Hag would agree with that. Besides, it is not appropriate for the coach of a club like Chelsea to say that the club cannot compete with anyone, especially when it comes to the domestic league. He may think that, but he certainly shouldn't say it. By doing so, he discredits himself. He should be saying something like, "We can handle anything," or "We will try to achieve the maximum," and so on. Instead, it's like he is giving up in advance and making excuses for failure. Or, as we mentioned earlier, he might be hinting that he needs more time. Either way, we are happy for his team. Chelsea has finally gained momentum. We hope that throughout the season the Blues will not slow down but rather continue to improve. Messi could return to Barcelona. The Argentine was supposed to be back at Camp Nou in the summer of 2023. Laporta and his team worked hard to bring the legend back, but things just didn't work out financially. The Catalans were unable to solve the financial fair play issues needed to register Messi, and without that, the forward refused to join the team. At one point, he lost patience and signed a contract with Inter Miami. Since then, he has achieved a lot in American football. Together with Beckham's team, Messi won 2 trophies, almost became the club's top scorer in history, and led Miami from the bottom to the top, not without the help of Suarez, Alba, Busquets, and others. But the main boost for the team was, of course, Messi's move. However, in the middle of next year, the Argentine's contract expires, and who knows what could happen. Moreover, Laporta has already expressed his desire to celebrate the opening of Camp Nou with a special transfer. In the meantime, he'll have a good opportunity to chat with Messi. Barcelona plans to invite the Argentine to celebrate its 125th anniversary on November 29th. Other club legends will also be on the guest list. I am sure that Xavi, Iniesta, Puyol, and perhaps even Gerard Piqué will find time in their busy schedules to attend. In short, the whole crew that was part of Pep Guardiola's legendary Barcelona will gather. Perhaps the Catalan coach himself will come, but it's unlikely. He has too tough of a schedule with Manchester City to attend to such events. But other legends will likely attend the anniversary celebration. The clouds continue to gather over Manchester City as well. We're talking about Guardiola, who keeps hinting at his departure from the team. Here's how he responded to the press when asked if he would extend his contract at City. "I'm not going to discuss this topic. What should happen will happen. I am part of this club, not just a coach. It will always be this way because my relationship with the club should not differ from the treatment I have received from day one. Whether it's a coincidence or not, City fans are raising money for a banner they want to put up with words like, 'We want you to stay.' It will be written in Catalan. This is how the City fans are asking Guardiola not to leave. The club's management is also trying to do the same from their side. There is a lot of talk that the club is ready to offer him a new super contract. However, there has been no response from Pep so far. His answers are similar to Salah's when asked if he will stay at Liverpool. And just like with Mo, we think Pep will leave. At the very least, he needs a break. But honestly, it's hard for us to imagine him at another club. Or rather, it's possible to imagine, but which club would be better than City? Maybe Barcelona. It's not necessarily better, but there would be more intrigue. Or perhaps a national team. Pep hasn't tested himself at that level yet. We doubt he needs a new challenge. Say, taking a club and bringing it to the top. It's not like a FIFA career, it's real football, and things are different here. What about you? Where do you see Pep after Manchester City? And why do you lean towards that club? That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video, and be sure to watch our previous video. It just appeared before your eyes right now. See you. Good luck to everyone. Goodbye.